Hi, I'm Dan. I'm the online safety officer that works in Lincolnshire, and I just want a couple of minutes of your time to talk about grooming. Grooming is a process where an individual will build up a relationship with a child or young person, but with a view to sexually exploiting them, either in the real world or through the virtual one. Offenders online may use an array of tactics such as bribery, flattery, threats, or sometimes by offering something too good to be true. And this can occur through social media or through gaming platforms. Individuals that have been groomed may not always recognise that they have been exploited or manipulated, and it can be very, very difficult, especially when the individual may be using some of these tactics in order to build this relationship further and isolate them from other individuals that may help. As a parent or carer, we think there are a few things that you can do to keep your child or young person safer on the internet from individuals that may try and trick them. Here are 4 of our top tips. Talk to your child about what is safe to share on the internet, as well as what is not safe to share online. This is great advice for children, young people, and even adults to be careful about the personal information that they are sharing with other individuals online. For more information, why not check out the NSPCC Share Aware campaign for some great conversation starters and bits of advice. Private accounts can make sharing on social media a little bit safer, as it keeps you in control of who can see the information. By setting your account to private, any other user that wants to see your posts will have to send a friend or follow request. And it's always worth reminding our children that just because somebody has more followers on social media, it doesn't necessarily make them any more popular or better than anybody else. Children and young people are aware that most apps and services come with a block and report feature. Now, while these are primarily used to block and report abusive individuals, they can also be used to report and block anybody that may be acting in an inappropriate way or making them feel uncomfortable with the questions they ask or the way that they're talking. Children and young people should be confident in blocking and reporting, but if they're not sure how to do it, you can either do a quick Google search, or alternatively, the Lincolnshire Safeguarding Children Partnership has produced a series of guides on how the apps work. These guides also contain information on how they can block and report any individual that they feel uncomfortable about. The last top tip for parents and carers is, of course, to remember that there is plenty of help out there for us as well. If we feel worried about the way somebody is behaving towards our child, we can call Lincolnshire Police for some advice by dialing their 101 number. But there is a website called thinkyouknow.co.uk. This is a site run by a special branch of the National Crime Agency. The organisation is called CEOP, which stands for the Child Exploitation and Online Protection Centre. And on their Think You Know website, they have a big red report abuse button. This can be used by a child, a young person or an adult to report an individual that may be behaving in an age inappropriate way. It's all done online, although CEOP may wish to speak to the individual that's reported to ensure that they do feel safe and secure, and then go about doing the things that they do to keep the internet a safer place. For more advice, parents and carers can also visit internetmatters.org or have a browse on the Think You Know website, which is split into sections for professionals, parents and children and young people of all ages. But one of the more important things that we need to remember is that strangers do use the internet, but a stranger is just somebody we don't know. The problem is, 20 years ago, most strangers that wanted to see inside our bedroom would have to come through our front door. Nowadays, children and young people can talk to strangers in their bedroom, which obviously presents a slightly different risk to the ones that we were used to. Try and keep technology in family-friendly areas, downstairs in dining rooms, living rooms or kitchens. This can offer a little bit more of a safety blanket to our children, because any individual that asks them to do something inappropriate, the chances of that happening is greatly reduced because they are restricted in where they can take the technology. But don't be afraid to set some rules and boundaries at home. Don't be afraid to talk about the things that are both good and bad on the internet, but make sure that our children know that no matter what happens online, they can always come to us for advice. Thank you very much for listening.